What's up, loungers? I hope everybody is doing as great as I am. Shout out to all of you for being in the building. Make sure that you guys do hit the like button on the way in, okay? We are actually not going to be very long tonight. I did want to come back and say, at least everything that I did find in this situation. I have been super busy since we last talked. You guys know that I had my 420 party yesterday. It was absolutely lit. We had a great time. Everybody had a wonderful time. Truly appreciate everybody who did support and everybody who was looking to come out as well. I do apologize. There was a couple people I was not able to get back to. But there is a lot of stuff that I have done some information and fact checking on, okay? Shout out to the loungers who sent some information to me. Also, there is Antonio Barnes, who is also a lounger, who sent some information the other day that I was not able to substantiate online. However, after looking it up and getting the proper case number, proper information, I was able to substantiate that story, and I'm going to show you guys that today. Also, guys, and I'm a very heavy with what I'm going to say right now. I did, in fact, find a child who is Breaking the Culture's child, okay? I'm going to tell you how I was able to find that information. And, unfortunately, that is true, okay? That she does have at least this child. Now, we went over the other day a lot of stuff in regards to what the grandmother was saying about Breaking the Culture. We all heard the things that she had said. And the ultimate thing was we wanted to kind of substantiate her story, see whether or not, whether there were some charges or at least some cases open, so forth and so on. Turns out that custody cases in Ohio, at least, are private, okay? Those are things you are not going to find no matter what county you're in, no matter where, okay? Even if you had, the only way you would have it is if you had an actual case number, and you'd have to have some other demographics as well, okay, to look up a child support case or to look up a custody case. That's not something that's going to be public information, okay? Probably for good reason, to protect children, to protect parties that are involved. Custody cases usually involve, some emotional situations. So I can be pretty sure why they would have that as, private information. That's something I wouldn't know. I've never been through anything like that. So, I really wouldn't kind of know that unless, I did some more digging. But I did do more digging, and that is what I found. However, I was able to put together exactly who this person is, the grandmother, and I was able to find her, okay? And I was also able to find the child, okay? And I'll get into that in just a few moments. So you guys go ahead and sit back and relax. I appreciate everybody for being in the building. Again, make sure that you guys do hit the like or the dislike. It doesn't matter on your way in. And we are going to get right into this hot topic right now. I'll tell you, that chick really should have left me alone, and really, she should have. And this will be the last time, hopefully, that I will even be bringing her up, right? And that I'll even be talking about this because I'm going to tell you guys, I have no intentions of doxing her son, okay? I will not dox her child. I will not dox that grandmother, okay? But unfortunately, I've already kind of put that information out there. It is public information who the grandmother is. Okay. So I can confirm from what I've seen, the photos that I've seen of this child, that this child looks exactly like Breaking the Culture and exactly like her son. Okay. It's no doubt in my mind at all that this particular child and the photos that I've seen are her son. Now, I will not be the one that will substantiate that online. Okay. You guys are welcome to look that information up. Like I said, you have case numbers, you have information, you have names. Okay. And that information is it's very easy to find this person. It's not difficult at all. And there are photos that are public photos available to see. Okay. That absolutely substantiate her story. Now, there was a couple of criminal charges in regards to assault, and these two, well, between the grandmother and Breaking the Culture. The grandmother also received an assault charge, okay, in the same county on the same day for the same situation. And the grandmother's case was dismissed while we did see and were able to substantiate that Breaking the Culture's case was in fact resulted in a capias, and there's still an outstanding warrant for her to this day regarding that assault. Okay. So clearly what the grandmother was telling Daryl Moore, and let me see your transcript in regards to Breaking the Culture and her and what she did, is absolutely true. Okay. We were able to look into the court systems and see that there was a name. We were able to substantiate the name and put that all together. And I was able to find that person, and I was able to find this child. Again, like I said, I refuse to put that child's photos and stuff online. I'm not going to do that. But I don't have a problem sending you to where to find it. I don't have a problem putting out there where to get to it, where to look, because it's most definitely there, and it's so open out in the public, it's not even funny. Like, it's not even, you don't even have to search that hard. Okay. It's literally right there. So again, like I said, I am not going to post it actually on the public, on my actual, YouTube channel or anything like that. But I will most definitely, if you want to see it, I will most definitely point you in that direction. I've already pointed you in the direction with the case numbers and with the name of the other person that is involved in the case. Okay. That name is plain as day. It's on the case. The first name, which was named Joyce Neville Lips, is a police officer. And that person is an actual officer still to this day in Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay. That person is the one that originally filed the complaint with the courts, and that name is listed on that case. Okay. And that person is the one who is the cop, is the one that claimed Andrea Garrison did in fact assault this woman, who has substantiated this story on Daryl Moore's channel. Okay. So again, like I said, I don't feel comfortable putting a 13 to 14-year-old child's picture all over my social media. I don't feel comfortable doing that. But in comparison to this child and Ishmael, which is a child that Breaking the Culture has already posted on social media multiple times, and she's already shown you guys multiple times exactly Ishmael and what he looks like, it's not hard to see the resemblance between this child, Ishmael, and his mother. It's not at all hard at all. Breaking spits out kids, and they look exactly like her. They're beautiful kids. They do. They look exactly like her. And it's sad that that's pretty fucked up what I saw. It is, because I also observed the neighborhood that the child lives in. Okay. because there's an address and everything. Again, I'm not putting that stuff out here, but there's an address and everything. I was able to look through that neighborhood and see where she left her child, right? And you know, I can't understand how someone can be so comfortable panning around some high-rise apartment, you know, for some rich Jewish man he's paying for, and living your child in such conditions like that, and you can just go to sleep every night and just be comfortable. I don't understand. I'm not saying that the child is in bad conditions, because the photos that I've seen, um, and how he's being cared for, he looks like he's well. He looks like he's doing good, right? The kid doesn't look like he's, you know, living in squalor or anything like that. But, you know, you claim you're just living this glamorous life, you know, and everything is so great. He's not living a glamorous life. He's living an average life, you know, but he should be with his parent, right? He should be with his mom at least, or at least in her life, you know, part time or something. And he's not. He seems pretty happy from the photos that I saw, which is good, right? Of course, there weren't a lot of photos of him. There was a few, but there weren't a lot. Um, but they're definitely there, and they're definitely public. That is the crazy part about it. So, yeah, that's unfortunate for her. But like I said, I'm not going to post pictures of him because that would just be completely inappropriate to do to that child. But I've already put out the information, and Daryl and Let Me Share Transcript, they've posted information regards to this grandmother. Okay. That information is out there now. It's already there. And this information can be verified, but you're going to have to do it yourself. I'm not going to put that child on my YouTube channel, but I will direct you to it. I don't have a problem doing that, to substantiate it. If you want to see it, you can look at it. If you don't, that's fine too. But she needs to go get her son, because he most definitely and 100% exists. He does. And guys, I'm not going to make up no shit for nobody. I don't have to make up shit for this girl. I don't have to pretend. I don't have to look up and act like something's going on or anything. I have actual facts on this stuff, and I would not present this if it wasn't factual. That's just it. I wouldn't present it if it wasn't. So again, anybody that wants to go look at it, you can. You've already received the case numbers for the case. I can put up the case again. Let me go ahead and present my screen, because I actually want to show you guys another case. But let me present this screen, because this is the case number for the original case for this situation. And again, this information has anything you would need to know on here in regards to how to find whether or not this kid actually exists or not. Again, there is no custody cases that are public information, for anybody to be out here seeing. So that they're not doing that. They're not allowing for that. But this is that case number for the grandmother and the assault charge that she claimed she had against Breaking the Culture. Okay. There was also a case against the grandmother, which is what I'd like to look at. So let me go to that real quick. Bear with me one moment, because there was a case, the same Hamilton County, against the grandmother as well. So let's go there. That way you guys can see. That is the same date, everything. It was just a different judge or something like that. But it was the same date, same person. So, and again, I'm doing math as I'm going along while I'm doing all this, and the ages are adding up. The development of the child over the years, the photos that I've seen are adding up to the age. Like it's overwhelming what I saw. And like I said, I would not be presenting it if it wasn't enough evidence for me to present it. So let me go ahead and I'm going to put in this person's name. It's already on this. It's already on the case number, so you guys have already seen it. But her name is and this person has quite a few things as well going on. But there was one particular case that caught my eye, and it was this one. State of Ohio versus this person. The judge's name was Tyrone Gates. The date filed was 9/28/2011, same date as the other one. She's Black, African American. They know her race. But this charge was dismissed on January 5th, 2012. Okay. And it was also for assault. So this person, age 49, female, was also charged with assault. Okay. This person was charged the same day that Breaking the Culture was charged. And it happens to be so, the state of Ohio. And it happens to be so that that person's name is also listed on this complaint, which was the one against Breaking the Culture. Okay. And again, it's 9/28/11. Okay. So you guys see all that. There's too many comparisons here for this person to not, their story, like clearly their story is right. Okay. If Breaking the Culture is on one complaint and this person named on the same complaint is also on that complaint. I know that happens in Delaware, right? If somebody files and says that somebody punched them in the mouth, and even if they really did, if that person says, well, they punched me too, even if you didn't, they locking both people up. Okay. So, and the judge will figure it out later, whether or not this person was, this person was guilty or not. Okay. So again, like I said, this person is named on here, Jermella Figs. Okay. Drea is 34. This person is 49. Okay. Her son is younger than Drea. Everybody keep that in mind. Okay. While we're doing the math here. So even if she was the mother of the son, I don't know if he's 2 years younger than Drea or 1 year. I can't remember which one it is. I want to say 2. But if he's 2 years younger, then he'd be 32. And she could have a 32-year-old son at 49. She could. She would have had him very young, but she could definitely have him at that age. Okay, so those ages add up. The age of the child being 13 or 14 now most definitely adds up to the photos that I've seen, and most definitely adds up to the ages according to these dates on these court documents. Okay. And this would be for the civil cases or the criminal cases between the two ladies. Okay. As far as, but like I said, as far as a custody hearing or as far as a child support hearing, you would have to physically be that person, or they would have to give me their actual information in order for me to look that up. Like I'd have to have not only a case number, but I'd have to have some more demographics as well to look up child support and custody and all those things. Now, there are some states that if you have like a certain amount of child support that you owe and it's over a certain amount in arrears, they may put that like public or something. I don't know what the exact parameters are around that, but I do know. But after doing some research on this, making a couple phone calls actually as well, this particular place, you have to have specific things, and you also have to be that person, I guess for security reasons. So absolutely makes sense to me. Now we're moving on to the final thing, which was what I was given from Antonio Barnes. Shout out to him. I know that you guys saw that the other day when I was attempting to do that, to look up whether or not there was some type of other charge for her, because Antonio Barnes had told me there was another charge in Las Vegas. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of background about the Las Vegas thing. Now, Breaking the Culture did tell me at one time she did stay in Las Vegas. She didn't say who she stayed with. She said something, and she says that she has a sister that still lives in Vegas or something along those lines. Okay. So she let me know that there are ties to her and Vegas. It's not, a big, really big hoopla for me to hear that Breaking the Culture has connections to Vegas based off of what she told me. Okay. Heard another rumor from Daryl Moore and them that her mom actually is currently living in Vegas. Okay. Whereas Breaking is telling us her mom is dead. Now we've all went over and heard the whole story with Photon. I went through the video. It's tiresome. I'm not about to play that video. Okay. I refuse to go through 8 hours worth of content to play a small portion of a video. I think everybody has gotten the point that Breaking the Culture kind of goes back and forth between whether her mom is alive or whether her mom is dead. I think that happens in different sectors. I think over in the church sector, she has told them her mom is alive. Her mom lives in Vegas. I think that she's told us her mom is dead. And now she's starting to tell us her mom is alive and she has this great relationship with her. So I don't think she knows what the hell is going on in her head, right? Whatever that is, it needs to be treated. That's just what that is. But the bottom line is, Grayken definitely did let me know that she has family connection in Vegas. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and before I pull this up, I'm gonna go ahead and look at you guys' comments. Truly appreciate all of you for being in the building. Beautiful Bernice, Riz Lyricist, Vici, Queen Shay, Taurus here. I appreciate all of you. You said you were doing right. Give people the links, info, where they can find the info, because people who hate truth are quick to try and report pages if they don't like what's being said. Exactly. And that is what I'm not going to do to my channel here. And I'm also, I don't feel comfortable with just putting those links together anyway, right? But I just showed you guys exactly how you can get a hold of this. It is not hard, okay? If you need additional, guidance with that, you can email me and I will most definitely send you right to where you need to go. I'm not going to send you a link or anything because I don't want you to think I'm making anything the fuck up, okay? Like, honey, I don't want you to think I'm making this shit up. And honestly, once you see it for yourself, you will know I'm not making this up. Like, you will see for yourself, this is her kid, okay? It's not hard to see. This bitch is always camming up, always showing her face. She done shows side profiles, upper profiles, lower profiles. She done shows so many angles and different things. It is not hard to place together. This is her kid. Like, and it's sad. It's fucked up. She needs to go and get in the life of her kid. She really does. But anyway, we're moving on from that right now. Like I said, if you guys want that, you know how to get a hold of me. Okay. But I'm not going to do that because that would be crazy. And there's some energy you just don't put out. But at the end of the day, yeah, honey, you're not going to keep denying that you have these children, because you do. You most definitely have 2 other kids. And I know it. I haven't seen the other one, right? But I wouldn't be shocked what he would look like either. And I'm pretty sure he's there too. If this one is there. You can't deny this kid at all. Like, as soon as y'all see this kid, you're going to be like, wow. Fucking wow. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on. Like I said, shout out to Antonio Barnes. He did give me another case, right, where he said that Breaking the Culture had been charged with criminal theft, right? And he gave me a case number, but I didn't put it together at first because the link that he was giving me wasn't working. So actually, I didn't get the link. I had looked it up myself, and I wasn't finding the actual county. So once I got to the proper county, right, and got to the proper links, I was able to find exactly what he had done. So what I'm going to do now is just share this screen so you guys can see for yourselves. And then we're also going to go over, let me get rid of some of this information I had up. Okay. And then we're also going to go over what this all means. Okay. Because there was some weird shit with this with these charges, okay? But like I said, this chick is running around here telling everybody like she's this perfect person and giving out parenting advice and giving out advice on how to do the world. And, you know, she's this great person and shit. But this bitch got major criminal charges and she's out here not even like literally abandoning her kids, okay? Like literally abandoning her kids and denying that they even exist. That's the most demonic shit I ever heard in my life. Like, I can't. Like, I could see if she was like, you know, yeah, I got two kids. I'm not able to take care of them, or they're with their grandmom, or somebody's helping me with them, or something like that. If that was how, I would have a lot more respect for that, right? Like, I probably would wonder why you're not taking care of your own kids, but I would have a lot more respect for that than for you to just be like, they don't exist at all. That is absolutely disgusting. And like I said, it will not be hard for anybody to see that those kids exist. On God. On God. Now, let's go ahead and let's look up this case here. But let me present my screen so you guys can see for yourselves that I am not making this shit up. All right. So this is the Las Vegas Township Justice Court Records Inquiry. Okay. Let me go back so you guys can see for yourselves. It is Clark County, Nevada. Okay. And this is where you can find any case records, any justice court. You can view and pay traffic citations, view and pay criminal records, civil records, or court calendar. Let's go ahead and do the criminal records, okay? And we're going to put in all the little things that it wants us to do. And we're going to put in the case number. The case number, guys, is 17F16826X, okay? And let me go ahead and paste that in StreamYard. Again, this is the case number here. And this is for Vegas, okay? I cannot make this shit up if I wanted to. Let me go ahead and give you guys the actual site where you can find it. All right, so that is the link to the site, okay? And that is the actual case number. We give case numbers around here. We don't run around saying that we got process servers after people and people knocking on people's doors and we, you know, all this stuff and people going to jail, people going to court and all this stuff. And when we ask you for a case number, you don't have it. Okay. You argue with me. You want to argue with the person asking for the case number. No, we're literally just giving you case numbers. Okay. Because it's not hard to find. Okay. Now, you guys can go again and look this up for yourself. This I feel like I'm perfectly fine doing. Okay. Considering the fact that she's a grown ass woman. All right. And she wants to be talking about somebody else's alleged criminal charges. And shout out to Muslim, because I want to read a message from him in regards to that. But we'll get into that in just a second. There was a message that he had put on my channel in regards to those charges, right? And I definitely want to go over that because, like I said, he is a bail bondsman. So it would make much more sense to listen to people who are attorneys and bail bondsmen who can explain these types of charges and explain these things. But, you know, of course, the sector is the sector. They would rather see the fuckery. So they don't care what the truth is. But whether some people don't anyway, you know. But either way, we're definitely going to read his message because shout out to him because he most definitely cleared up exactly what those charges are and what that meant in regards to Darrell's wife. Okay, so we're going to get into that in just a second. But let's go ahead and finish this up real quick. Again, you guys make sure you are hitting the like button on the way in. And let's go ahead and search. Long and behold, what do we find? Andrea Nicole Garrison. This was filed on 9/21/2017. It is currently with JC Department 14. It is an active felony, and it is theft $650 to $3,500. Okay, and there's actually a statute number and everything. Let's go ahead and click on the link, and let's see what it says. it would not let me pull up any actual documents. So there's a number you can call. Again, you can look on this website yourself. There is a number you can call that you're welcome to request those documents. Anything that they have that is public information, they will send you. Okay. However, this is the register of actions with this case number. Okay. It is the state of Nevada versus Andrea Nicole Garrison. And is in fact the defendant. It is theft 650 to 3,500, statute number 55989. So what I did was I looked up what that meant, right? 55989. And let me share my screen on that. And this is Nevada Department of Public Safety, State Police, okay? This is what it means. It's basically a short description of theft, $650 to $3,500. The long description is theft, value $650 or greater, less than $3,500, or greater but less than $3,500. Theft $650 to $3,500. This is what that charge means. Okay. Now let's go ahead and go back. And it says it had a statute number which was 205.0835.3. Okay, because again, I wasn't able to pull the actual cards and see exactly what it is and what they said and everything, but I was trying to get a feel of what this is. All right. So what this is 2010 Nevada Code, Title 15, Crimes and Punishments. It's just basically the penalties, and it tells you exactly how to disposition this charge or what this charge would be and what they're facing. Okay. So unless a greater penalty is imposed by a specific statute and unless the provisions of NRS 205.08345 apply, under the circumstances, a person who commits theft in violation of any provision of this or this other statute inclusive shall be punished pursuant to the provisions of this section. Number 2, if the value of the property or services involved in the theft is less than $250, the person who committed the theft is guilty of a misdemeanor. Number 3, if the value of the property or services involved in the theft is $250 or more, but less than $2,500, the person who committed the theft is guilty of a Category C felony and shall be punished as provided in NRS 193130. If the value of the property or services involved in the theft is $2,500 or more, the person who committed the theft is guilty of a Category B felony and shall be punished by imprisonment in state prison for a minimum term of not less than 1 year and a maximum term of not more than 10 years, and by a fine of not more than $10,000. In addition to any other penalty, the court shall order the person who committed the theft to pay restitution. Okay? So basically, this bitch is out here stealing. All right? Now, what I did also was look up this NRS chapter 193, right? Because I wanted to see exactly what the penalties would be. All right? So it turns out that NRS 193.30, the categories for punishment are felonies, okay? So number 1, except when a person is convicted of a Category A felony, and except as otherwise provided by specific statute, a person convicted of a felony shall be sentenced to a minimum term and a maximum term of imprisonment, which must be within the limits prescribed by the applicable statute, unless the statute in force at the time of commission of the felony prescribed a different penalty. The minimum term of imprisonment that may be imposed must not exceed 40% of the maximum term imposed. Number 2, except as otherwise provided by specific statute for each felony committed on or after July 1st, 95. A Category A felony is the felony for which a sentence of death or imprisonment in the state prison for life with or without the possibility of parole may be imposed as provided by specific statute. B, a Category B felony is a felony for which the maximum term of imprisonment in the state prison may be imposed is not less than 1 year, and the maximum term of imprisonment may be imposed is not more than 20 years as provided by specific statute. Now, again, this is the most recent copy of this, okay? Number 3, a Category C felony is a felony for which a court shall sentence a convicted person to imprisonment in the state prison for a minimum term of not less than 1 year and a maximum term of more than 5 years. In addition to any other penalty, the court may impose a fine of not more than $5,000 unless a greater fine is authorized or required by statute. And then, okay, I think I read that wrong. The court may impose a fine of not more than $10,000 unless a greater fine is authorized or required by statute. Okay. Now, Category D felony is a felony for which the court shall sentence a convicted person to imprisonment in the state prison for a minimum term of not less than 1 year, maximum term of not more than 4 years. In addition to any other penalty, the court may impose a fine of not more than $5,000 unless a greater fine is authorized or required by statute. And Category E felony is a felony for which a court shall sentence a convicted person to imprisonment in the state prison for a minimum term of not less than 1 year and a maximum term of not more than 4 years, except as otherwise provided in the paragraph B of subsection 1 of this other one, or paragraph of subsection this, upon sentencing a person who is found guilty of a Category E felony. The court shall suspend the execution of the sentence and grant probation to the person upon such conditions as the court deems appropriate. Such conditions of probation may include, but are not limited to, requiring the person to serve a term of confinement of not more than 1 year in the county jail. In addition to any other penalty, the court may impose a fine of not more than $5,000 unless a greater penalty is authorized or required by statute. And then there's other NRSAs that are connected to this, and all of them that I looked up earlier were all connected to theft, okay? And that was on the code one, and that was over here in the NRS penalties as well. Guys, I read all that for a specific reason, okay? It is because this particular charge that she's facing would be either Class B or Class C, okay? Depending on which one this judge decides to look at. I'm assuming it would be the newest one, okay? Which would make it a Class C or a class, well, really it would be, hold on, let me go back to what this was saying. So over here, and I'm looking at this right now. So over here on this one, it's saying if the property value or services involved in the theft is $250 or more, but less than $2,500, the person who committed the theft is guilty of Class C. All right. If the services were $2,500 or more, then it's a Class B. And we know that according to the actual charge itself, it is between $650 and $3,500. So this chick is facing jail time from this alone. Okay. The Ohio case is, there's a capias on that. But this right here in particular, even without the capias, she's actually facing prison time for these actual felonies. Okay. Because for this felony. Now, God knows what this bitch is out here stealing or what she stole or whatever, but it definitely had something to do with property, or it had something to do with some kind of services at a property. Okay. And I'm not sure what that would be, but this is exactly what this bitch is facing. And this is an actual charge as well. And again, you are welcome to go and take a look at that yourself. We are definitely, by far, most definitely put up receipts around here, right? We don't be into, talking shit and just saying stuff about people and just making up shit about people and shit like that. No. We put up actual receipts and evidence of things, okay? So you guys are welcome to go and take a look at all of that stuff and take a look and see what's going on. You said, damn, yes, honey. You said, damn, they have a low value threshold for felony theft. Ours isn't that low. I thought that was like a lot. Like to me, it just seemed like those penalties are really harsh, right? Like they don't play around at all when it comes to theft and stuff like that. But child, like this explains breaking the culture and why she's always saying that she's going to go sue somebody and she's going to be putting somebody through jail and all this other stuff. And she can't ever step foot in nobody's courthouse. Like, okay, like at all, because honey, they coming to get you. Like they not playing with your ass at all, honey. You got way too many charges out here to be talking about anybody else's shit. Like you got old charges too. Like you be really running from the law in multiple states, okay? While you talking about all these people. But I think the saddest part about all of this is the situation that is going on with her children, right? Like I said, I never saw the oldest child. I haven't seen a picture of him. I can't confirm him, right? But I can definitely confirm the second child. It's no doubt in my mind that is her child. It's no doubt in my mind at all. He's a beautiful child. And it's no doubt in my mind that that is her son. And she needs to do something about that. But again, like I said, I refuse to dox that child. I'm not going to put that child on my channel, but most definitely I will direct you to it. I don't have no problem directing you to it and letting you know exactly how to get there. You guys already have the case number. You guys already have the name. You can go ahead and go take a look at it, see for yourselves. And then you can use your own tools to look. Because like I said, child, it ain't hard to find at all. Okay. In the world of social media and in a world of the internet, it is not hard to find people at all, especially if people don't have things private, right? And unfortunately for Breakin', those things are not private at all. And she doesn't have a relationship with them to tell them to private it. That's the thing about it. So it's still there for everybody to see. It is there. I'm looking at it right now. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is true. Breakin' does have other kids. There's way too many coincidences in regards to this grandmom, in regards to her name, in regards to who she is, who she pans out to be, and photos of Breakin's child all over the place. Okay, like over the years, not just one or two. Like yeah, it's not hard to see. So when you guys are ready, if you guys want to look at that, you can most definitely reach out to me, and I will go ahead and get you guys that. Or you can just go ahead and start doing your own research and take a look for yourselves. You guys have all the case numbers. The previous case numbers are in the previous video. But I'm done. I'm not going to keep going back and forth over this, girl. I refuse to talk about this any further unless it's something else that comes up, right? Or it's something that I feel like, is really worth me doing. But yeah, I most definitely have that information. But I don't want to keep doing this, right? I don't think it's worth it. I told you guys I was going to leave these videos up for a period of time, and then eventually I'm going to private them, or I'm going to put them in members only, and then we're just moving on. I'm not doing any more of this content, right? I don't want to do this and keep doing all this because I don't think it's worth it. I don't think she's worth it. And I think it's sad what's happening with her kids. I really, really do. Like, I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them. But I cannot deny that that is her son. I can't. I can't even see how she could deny that beautiful face. I don't know how she could do that. And only the devil could do something like that. But either way, you said it looks like the law might have changed. What year was the case filed? It was filed. Hold on, let me look again. It was filed in 2017 for the Vegas case. Yeah, the Vegas case was 2017, and the Hamilton County case in Ohio, Cincinnati, is in 2011 is when that case was filed. So yeah. And I mean, according to all of the, like I said, if you put ages together, there's like a lot of things that are really adding up. The grandmother's age, the child's age, it all adds up with the court dates. It all adds up together. It really does. Breaking the Culture's age adds up. Like everything just all adds together. It really does. So, I don't know what to tell her, but she got to stop denying these kids. I would just not say anything because now everybody gonna go look. They're gonna go look. They most definitely gonna go look. Now, those who fuck with her, right? Those who love to hate on other people's haters and shit, or hate on people, and those who wanna, they just don't like certain people or whatever. They would be the ones that would ignore that. They would be the ones that would pretend that this doesn't exist. But the bottom line is it fucking does, right? There's got to be some standards in your life. Even if, I know the sector don't mind a bunch of fuck shit and there's a bunch of bullshit and everything, which is why I don't mind showing this information, right? But at the end of the day, I'm not going to dox her child, right? But y'all, there's got to be a fine line somewhere. Because like I said, I left it open for every single one of y'all to go look for yourself, literally. That way you can't say I led you to something. That way you can't say I did this, I did that. No. You could go look for yourself, right? But that we'll see. We'll see what happens. But either way, yeah, honey, that's unfortunate that you've been out here denying your kids, and they really, really do exist. They really do. And I know for a fact they do. And I've seen it. And like I said, I will be more than willing to direct anybody to it. I don't have no problem with it. I've already started, by the way. So either way, I appreciate all of you for being in the building. You said whatever the law was, then there will be the one that applies. Okay, so whatever the law was at the time that she received the penalty is the law that will apply. Okay. Before I leave, though, I do want to read Muslim's answer. Shout out to Muslim, Messy Muzz. That's my baby. Really appreciate him. He always comes around and comes and supports the channel. So I definitely fuck with him. But I want you guys to hear what he said in regards to the video that I did the other day on reading is absolutely fundamental, right? So Muslim said, I seen this a million times by me. It's called PTI. He said, by me, it's called PTI, pre-trial intervention. They usually put you on a 6-month supervision or so, probation at the same thing, right? You must report every month. If the defendant complies with all the court's orders and doesn't catch any new charges, the charges are dismissed by the judge and the charges automatically come off your record. This is a bail bondsman that has told y'all this now. Okay, so all of those slow people in the back, like I said the other day, right? All who people who pissed off with the pre, all the people who mad at the Godfather and mad at all the super chats that the Godfather done rained down on the pre, right? All of y'all, you heard it now from a couple of people who are experts at this matter, okay? Who actually deal with this on a regular basis, okay? They've seen this. We got lawyers here. We've got people who are dealing in bail bondsmen and whatnot, okay? These people are telling you this woman she was not convicted. Bottom line. While you guys are feeling some type of way and not liking what the priest says and hate watching from the back, okay? Yeah, shout out to those who are really understanding what's going on, who are really educated in law and can tell you what the fuck is happening out here, okay? Shout out to them. But I appreciate Muslim for that. I told him that. And make sure, again, that y'all hit that like button on the way out or the dislike. I really don't care. And I truly appreciate y'all for watching because I still get paid while y'all watch. Hate or not. But I will talk to y'all later. I truly appreciate y'all. Vici, everybody that came in, Steph Collins, and beautiful Bernice, and all of y'all that are in the clouds. Truly appreciate it. You said, I'm adopted, but I don't know anyone I'm blood related to. My adopted family don't know them either. Sometimes it is for the best for a child to be raised by another family. I absolutely agree with that. I really, really do. It is sad what's going on, and one day that child will know if he doesn't already, but with the life that he seems to be living, he seems to be okay. Pictures don't always say everything, but what I saw, he seems to be cared for, he does seem to be cared for, but, he's not living in no high rise and in the rich neighborhood. You know, he's not living like that, but he's doing good. You know, he's doing okay. But she should be living in a shack since, you know, this is how she's treating her children. But anyway, I truly appreciate y'all for being in the building, and I'm going to go ahead and end the show here. Again, make sure that y'all hit the like on the way out or the dislike, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace, guys. Thank you for watching.